So in this episode I want to talk about variable ND filters. Sometimes with photography there are days where you just want to go out with the least amount of equipment. I mean, you don't want to carry different lenses, your big bag of filters and all that. So yeah, some days I just like to go out with one camera, one lens and a variable ND filter. Now K&F Concept have sent me three variables. I think one is 1 stop to 4-5 stop. The other's a 3 stop to I think around a 7 stop filter, and I've also got a variable ND filter with a polarizer on it. So yeah, today I'm going to talk a bit about these ND filters, which I think everybody really should have one in the kit, just so that you can go out with least kit and have these at your disposal. So we'll go out and test them on I'm on a river here with cascades, and sort of look at the filters. Also, you know, if you're a videographer doing vlogs and all that, having one of these is essential really, because if you're shooting video at something like 25 frames per second, you double the shutter speed, which would be about 50. So yeah, so in days like this when it's bright and you're trying to keep the ISO down, shooting and keeping the shutter speed to 50, you're going to need a ND filter just to balance it out. The build quality of these filters is plastic and it's pretty good. Optically, the filters are very impressive. The ND and CP filter range is from ND2 to 32. It has a built-in CPL filter that screws onto your camera. There are no issues with any X pattern that other filters seem to have. So with this CPL filter you can record outdoors in any conditions and still get your proper exposure and shutter speeds. So that's a quick example over here on these cascades with a bridge in the background of using a polarizer with a variable ND filter, plus we used the other ND filter, which I think was 7 stops, to give an example on the water. Most of you are probably thinking I could do with a soft grad really to go with that to bring the sky down, but there is a trick to that by using a black card. When you take the shot, say it's 3 seconds, you quickly sort of put it on the top of the top of the frame where the sky would be quickly, and that's one way of bringing the sky down. So yeah, that's an example of these cascades there. I'm going to test this out now on some better waterfalls. So I've come to the bottom here because I've got some nice falls right under the bridge there. What's interesting here are these big boulders of rocks just plonked there, like they just rolled down and they just stayed there for so many years. Just looks a bit mad. So I've sort of pulled the camera to the right a bit just to follow the flow of the water, because at the frame there the water just swirls around there, and yeah, I'm going to use the variable grad here, slow it right down, and hopefully get a nice curl in the water just over here. The feel of these grads are quite smooth. I mean, when you have it in place, it stays there, it's not going to slip away. But I think what I'd really like, if they did in the future, was every stop you just had a click. It would make things just a bit easier, I think. But just little things like that, really. But it's still, when I have it at the stop I want it, it stays in place. So yeah, I don't need any soft grads really for the corner, because I've only got a little bit of sky. There is clouds there to give it some detail. That's just giving me a 25-second exposure. It is pretty dark here now, so I'm getting a longer shutter speed. So yeah, this should make a nice, quite a nice image. What I've found on the back of the viewfinder is that the exposure at 10-second works a lot better, so I've done some at 10, 15 and 20 to really cover myself. Now I think that's it here. I just like the way this river just swirls right down to the bottom here, a bit like an S-curve. So I'm going to take a shot from here right down the valley there. Got a bit of cascades right in the foreground here, and I think that'll make a nice shot, just leading your eye right down into the valley, into the distance over there. So I'm going to try a final shot this way. So yeah, I've got one leg on this mossy rock here, which is pretty slippy, one on the bank here, over here, got my foot on the rock. I've only got my 24-70 lens. If I had the 16 it'd be better, I'd get more of the front, but I think it's going to work anyway. You're seeing the S-curve, and it takes your eye right down into the valley there, right at the bottom. Now the sun keeps trying to come out a bit. If I could have a bit of light just right in the foreground here, it'd really make the image pop. So yeah, I'm going to go for this image and wait and see what happens. So yeah, these are the variable ND filters. They come in this box, which is a magnetic flap on it, and they come in this plastic casing here. So yeah, I've been playing about with them. No colour cast whatsoever. They're doing the job, and for value of money, which is about 50 quid, good value for money. So there you go, you've seen the images, and if you're interested in these, I'll leave the link below. So thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.